Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dan Wynn, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be going over my 2020 recap. I'm going to be giving you all the details, and then also I'm going to go over my 2021 goals, right? So I'm going to give you all the good stuff and share with you what happened this year, what I plan to do this year, what actually happened, and then I'm kind of going to go over my cash flow goals as well. And this is just a reminder to you. This is something that I think that everybody should be doing, right? And then also it'll be nice to 10 years down the road come back and look at this video and see what I'm doing. But so for those of you who don't know, I'm back from my rotation to Germany and Poland. I'm back at Fort Stewart right now, so I'm pretty happy to be back stateside, but man, there's a lot of stuff going on. We'll see what happens, and it definitely affected what my assets are looking like, and it definitely affected my cash flow, right? So what was supposed to happen? Well, let me preface everything by everything that I'm telling you right now is going to be based off my little goals list. You can see it's all tattered up and it's pretty messed up. This is version 9. It was revised back in March 2020. You can tell. I'm not sure if I was focusing in there, but my goals list I carry with me, and it's I need to redo it really, but I carry it with me. I read this pretty much daily. Has everything on it, and then it has an action plan, like by time, when I'm supposed to be doing things, by year, 2021, cash flow goals, things like that. Not sure if you can focus in on that, but I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Boom. All right. And this is what I use to help refocus and make sure that I'm on the right track to doing what I plan to do, right? So everything is in alignment. So I have a big goal in 2024 to have a certain amount of assets under management and to be making a certain amount of cash flow, and then you backwards plan, right? Mike Glassby did a great video. Just look it up in our YouTube videos, right? And make sure you subscribe while you're at it, and make sure you click that notification bell so you can get those alerts when we post new videos. But Mike Glassby did an excellent video on SMART goals and how to create them, and how you can do that to make sure that you are maximizing your time and then also hitting your targets to meet that end goal. Right. So this is what I use to do that. And everything that he talked about there, specific, measurable, realistic, put a time on it. All of it's pretty much in here. Laminate this. I hold this with me. Recommend you do this. If this is something that you like and you're looking for like a sample goals list, right? Something similar to this, then just comment down below. Let me know, or you can comment down below with your email, or let me know something you got out of this video or something like that, or just join the Facebook group, whatever you like to do. Just get in touch with me, basically. Comment below and I'll post a link, or I'll just shoot it to you, and that way you can have something similar to base your goals off of, and you can get your 2021 kicked off, jumped off right. We can start that 2021 and make sure you are hitting your target goals. But so say all that to say that this is what I'm going to be using as a reference while I say, hey, this is what was supposed to happen and this is what actually happened. So I revise this as necessary. So that's why it's not like January 2020, right? So I revise this as necessary. I need to go back and revise it now. But the last time I revised this was March 2020. It was right before COVID happened. So with that said, going over what was supposed to happen, my action plan, right? Boom, action plan. So my action plan was to the four things, my four focuses for the year 2020 was to build an REI course, a real estate investing course, publish a book, develop the wholesale arm, right? So I wanted the wholesale. And then lastly was to attain my real estate license. All right, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on some of this because I want to. All right, so the real estate investing course, I had a lot of service members, and I had a lot of people in general asking about, hey, do you teach? Do you coach? Do you do those things like that? And while I specifically, I just didn't really have the time at that point to really coach. I tried it a couple times, and not to say that I didn't like it. It was very rewarding, but I just couldn't manage the time. So I decided to make a course, and that way if anybody did want coaching, I can put every single thing I know, all my products, every single thing into this course, and then you can purchase it and you can take it at your own time, right? So that was my value there. As far as the book, it was kind of the same thing. I wanted to be able to encapsulate all this information, right? The good stuff, and then put it out to the world. That way anybody can pick it up. I give it out to my soldiers, just like my course. I gave out my course to all of my soldiers for free. And the book is the same way. I like to publish a book and then be able to give that out to all my soldiers as well, so that they can start to build wealth and grow passive income for themselves, right? So the wholesale arm was just that's something I wanted to do to supplement income, right? So I made a video about it before. And I just wanted to build the wholesale arm, and so I can make some large chunks of income, right? Some large chunks of active income, and then also so I can support and help other family members out. This is an easier way to get into real estate, especially for other people that don't have the capital and things like that. So I wanted to start that, and then that way I can work with some family members. I can bring other family members in and kind of show them the way, other friends and things like that, and show them the way and help them make money in the process as well. So that was the point of the wholesale. And then the license, while I realized talking to other people that are doing what I wanted to do, I realized that having your license, it just helps. We actually made a video about that, why you should get your real estate license. Check that out in the video inventory, or video catalog, if you will, right? So there's just all these advantages to it, right? So those were my 4 major focuses for 2020. As far as my cash flow objectives, or how I plan to make money in specific categories, right? I plan to make X amount on the rental properties that I do have. I plan to make X amount on the courses, X amount wholesaling, X amount through, after I got my license, through real estate referrals, right? And then X amount on this YouTube and the podcast, if you're listening, right? So if you don't know, we do actually make money from the YouTube channel and the podcast. We have sponsors and things like that. So and then YouTube pays us money for making dope ass content. So it's pretty cool. So I had X amount cash flow objectives for those, right? Now, that was my plan for 2020, and this is actually what happened. All right. So as you know, just no one could have predicted, and that kind of shifted some things around. Also, I left Fort Drum, New York, and I PCS to Fort Stewart. My wife's a JAG officer, so she got stationed at Fort Stewart. So obviously, I got to follow her after that. Well, we didn't know this at the time, but obviously she got stationed at Fort Stewart, and then we both went on a rotation or a deployment to Poland and Germany. We didn't know that at the time, of course, so obviously that kind of shifted some plans around as well. But what do? We adapt and we overcome, and we do whatever we can to make stuff work. As long as we have our plan, we try to stick to it, and we adjust fire as we move, right? So boom, if the military didn't teach me anything, if the military taught me one thing, it's to learn how to be adaptive and adjust fire, right? So that is that. All right, so what actually happened in terms of my 4 focuses? So the real estate course. Yes, we have a military cash flow real estate investing course that's available. If you go to militarycashflow.com, in that course, we teach literally everything from the beginning to the very, very end. Like I said, I wanted to build this because I didn't have time for coaching. So the second best thing I could do was to literally build a course, give you all of my products, show you how to find a deal, how to analyze a deal, how to make your goals, how to build your team, how to manage a renovation, how to manage contractors, and then also give you all the forms, documents, and everything that I actually use to maintain my profitable investments, right? So that course is good. Go to militarycashflow.com. You can just click on courses or click on education. You'll see that there. So check mark there, got that done, right? I think I released that in like April, May timeframe. So check mark there, that's done. The book. So started on a book this year, and like I said, I was in command at the beginning of the year too. So I was in command. I'm still active duty, if you guys don't know. But I had a lofty goal to make a book that did not come to fruition yet. So, but the book is actually about 90% done. I've got to do some touch-up work on it. It's kind of on the back burner right now, and I got some other priorities with us just now coming back from Poland and Germany and things like that. I got to get my family situated, but that's still in the works. I'd say it's about 90% done. It's got to we got to send it to editing and actually get it edited, then do all that other cool stuff when it comes to making the cover and things like that. So be on the lookout for that. That will come out. But in the meantime, Mike Glaspie, boom, he did publish his book, The Elite Investor, A Military Approach to Real Estate Problem Solving. And you can pick this up on militarycashflow.com as well. Great book. As you guys know, Mike's former SF, he just got out. He's been doing some freaking monster work in the real estate space, and that's why he's a part of this team here, the Military Cashflow team. So if you haven't done that already, definitely pick that out and then pick that up. And then my book will be coming shortly. And yeah, we'll be giving that out to service members and things like that. So I'm really, really excited about it. All right. So did not get a check mark off on that one. We're just going to leave that one blank. All right. So the wholesale arm. All right, so if you guys have been consistently watching some of the videos, I put out a video, I'd say probably around March timeframe, April timeframe of my first cold call, like me setting up the cold call and things like that. So with the wholesale arm, I did set it up. I started the LLC. I hired some employees. I had people making phone calls for me. I had a whole entire system. I had the whole entire system set up, right? And I ran that for about a month and some change before, like I said, found out I was going to be deploying to Poland and Germany. And I found out when exactly I was going to be leaving command and then moving down to Fort Stewart. So the wholesale arm, for the month that I did run it, I found great success, right? So if anybody knows anything about like wholesaling or even just selling real estate in general, right? Whatever you're doing today, the work that you're doing today will basically pay you in the next like 3 months, right? So you can kind of expect a check with whatever work you're doing right now. You'll likely get the money 3 months from that point, from whenever you initially make contact, right? So with the wholesale arm, I started it, had cold calls, I had leads coming in. I got those 10. I was getting about 10. I got about 10 hot leads over the month. 10 appointments, set over the month. However, I was wholesaling out of Florida. I was living in New York, and I was wholesaling out of Florida. So what does that require? That requires a team behind you to go out and actually go to these properties and meet with sellers and things like that. So I did that, and I just couldn't get the acquisition piece right, and I think a lot of that had to do with me not actually being in Florida, right? So that's okay though. But I know I proved the concept in as far as the system. Right. So I proved the concept as far as the system. I understand what needs to happen and where I need to insert myself and how much energy and effort I need to put in one specific place in order to make this work. So definitely not a loss, definitely a learning experience. And I'm looking to start that up here within the next 3 months. So I'll be kicking that back up again here within the next 2 months or so by February timeframe. Right. So I'm going to kind of half check that block off. So I didn't do it, but it's kind of like a half check, right? Because the systems are in place. Once I want to start it up again, I already had the employees. I'm going to go back to the same people essentially and go ahead and get this thing started off. And that now I'm going to be wholesaling out of Savannah. So, and I'm actually here. So it's going to be a lot easier because, I'll be able to spearhead a lot of the acquisitions and dispositions piece. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. All right. So that's that. It's number 3. Number 4 is the real estate license. So the real estate license, I started studying for the exam. As you guys know, in Georgia, you have to do a 75-hour pre-course. So you can do that as self-study. There's different programs out there that offer it. So I was doing this while I started. My wife and I, actually, we both started while we were in Germany together. So it was kind of wild. We talk about, how bad do you want it, right? My wife and I we ended up taking a class that's hosted out of Atlanta. Everything virtually, everything is focused on virtual learning and things like that. So they've shut down most of the courses. Everything's virtual. So what that allowed us the opportunity to do was to be in Germany and still take the Georgia real estate, the Georgia pre-license course, right? So signed up for a class and it was really good. We were going to the classes. The sucky thing is that because of the 6-hour time difference, we were taking classes from midnight to 4 in the morning, 3 days a week. So again, talk about how bad do you want it, right? We were working our full-time job during the daytime, and then we try to go to sleep like immediately as soon as we got off of work. We'd have meetings literally at 7:00 at night on like 5 days a week, right? And that meeting will last about an hour, and then from like 8 to like 11:30, we try to go to sleep as soon as we could, right? And then we wake up and then and then get on for the virtual course. Like you literally have to be there. You have to have your video on. You have to be engaging and things like that, right? So we get on the virtual course, and we were there from midnight to 4 a.m. in the morning, right? So that is what we did for the last, I'd say, like 4 weeks while we were in Germany. We were just working, man. So, and we had to read, and obviously there's some study that goes along with that as well. And we both just passed the pre-licensing test. So that's one step further. Now we're going to study for about a month, for about 3 weeks to a month more, right? We're going to take a cram course, and then we're going to go ahead and take our license. And by the time this airs, hopefully, this will actually get pushed out a little earlier, but we plan to take the test end of January. So we'll take to get our license. So hopefully we'll be licensed by the end of January, and then we'll be off to the races. We plan to join my buddy Mike Glassby and Shelby Osborne and under EXP, right? So we'll be licensed here soon, and if you're looking for a home, looking to buy or sell a home, let us know, and we'll be able to hook you up, right? Okay, so I'm gonna half check that one off as well. That one's still in the process. All right, so recap: the real estate course got done. The book didn't get done. The wholesale arm is like half. Got the systems in place. Didn't get done though, and the license that's in the process of being worked. So didn't get everything accomplished like we planned to, but hey, as long as we continue to work towards our goal, that's what really matters, right? And we're meeting those objectives. We're just off by a little bit, but that's okay. All right, as far as monthly cash flow or just cash flow goals for real estate, I went back and did kind of a recap of my overall assets and how they've performed this year, right? So right now I have two quads. And my tenants have paid down about $7,500 of the principal balance this year. So that's about $7,500. That's awesome. You think about growing your net worth. I mean, if you can pay down principal, then that is essentially a form of income, right? So $7,500 on principal pay down, right? And I didn't pay any of that. Tenants paid that, right? Additionally, we have about a little over $100,000 in equity between both homes this year, even though we took a hit on the actual cash flow, monthly cash flow or rental income. Appreciation, for some reason, the homes appreciated in value. I did my own comparative market analysis where you go and you see what homes sold in your area, what similar type and size homes sold in your area, and I compared that to obviously my 2-4 units, and homes are selling right now. They're actually prices are increasing. It's a seller's market right now, and a lot of it has to do with the extremely low interest rates. And I understand that appreciation goes back and forth, right? I don't really count on appreciation, but it's nice to know that, hey, there's a little over $100,000 worth of equity in the home. So not over leverage. I'm looking really good with that. And that appreciation, if I decide to sell at some point, most banks will include that in your net worth, right? So they'll look at how much your home is worth versus how much you actually owe on the home. And in my case, that's about $100,000, a little over $100,000 to my net worth. So that's awesome. And then as far as cash flow, did not cash flow as much as I anticipated this year. And that's, again, due to the eviction moratorium that is underway, and really it's affected my tenants, right? So have 8 tenants, and a couple of them are, I'd say like 3 of them are behind, and some of them are making payments. They're working with us. We're talking to our property managers. They're doing a really, really good job there. And then one of them is just not really paying at all. And I think they're just kind of waiting I don't know. I'm not going to really speak to that. But so obviously that kind of took a hit because of that. And but I have not come out of pocket for anything. I have a nice reserve. I have a nice reserve set aside. I'm not over leveraged on anything. And then it's just how I analyze these deals and how I made sure it's just how I analyze deals. So when I buy, like if you know anything about real estate, right, you make your money when you buy, right? You make your money by analyzing the deal right, making sure that you cash flow, mitigating your risk as much as possible, right? We don't get into this game to lose money. We get in this game to make money. So you make money when you buy. So I was fortunate in analyzing the deals the right way. So I only need I need 50% occupancy in order to pay off all of the mortgage and all other expenses, including property management and things like that. So I'm looking good there. I didn't really cash flow that much. We didn't really get. Everyone was paying on time really until around July, August timeframe, and then that's when problems started to occur. And if you think about it, people started kind of losing their jobs. I think most people started losing their jobs around June-ish timeframe. That's when it really, really hit. So I think my tenants probably had some of their own reserves, and they were able to pay mortgage for a couple more months, but then it started to get a little hairy. So again, they're working with us. We're not trying to kick anybody out, except for one person that's clearly, taking advantage of the system. But we're working with our tenants, and we're looking good, right? So didn't cash flow as much as we want to, but at the same time, didn't pay anything out of pocket. I think this year, I'll have to look back at it again, but we just didn't cash flow as much as we wanted to. But we're barely in the green there. So it's okay. All right, so that's real estate. Man, I rambled on there for a long time. So that's real estate. So the courses have been doing well. I've probably been shooting myself in the foot because, I know we're supposed to be trying to make money and things like that, with these courses, but at the same time, I have a lot of service members out there, like especially when I was in command, I just gave my course out, man. I just gave it out for free. I think I've given out, I think for every sale that I've gotten, I've probably given out the course at least 1 or 2 times just because, I'm trying to help other people out, but it's all good. What's super fulfilling though, is that, two of my soldiers, I've given my course out to. Two of my soldiers, I've helped analyze deals, and I've helped them actually get into their first multifamily, their first duplex, right? This is up at Fort Drum. So like I'm going to be talking about that forever. And hopefully, and I know there's more people that we as Military Cashflow brand have helped and have helped out, but it's really, really fulfilling to help out someone that I actually know and to see them like continuing to succeed. So I'm going to go on a quick tangent here. Two soldiers helped them analyze the deal, helped them get into their first duplex. They got their first duplex. They're cash flowing, and they're keeping all of their BAH. They're keeping all their BAH, and they're cash flowing, and they're building wealth in the process now. And I just reached out to those soldiers because I would like to get them on the show so they can tell their story. And when I talked to them, both of them are working on their second duplex. They're both working on their second duplex, man. So I don't know, man. That's super, super, super rewarding, man. I can't explain to you how much I don't know how much joy that brings me, man. It's just freaking awesome. So yeah, man. So that's that. The course is doing well though. As far as course sales, it's doing well. I'm not really honestly super concerned about the money, but I gotta track it. If I don't track it, then it's not it's not gonna do well. But I consistently sell like 1 or 2 courses a month, sometimes 3, depending on what we got going on. So that's okay. But I did meet my objective, my sales goals, if you will. I'm not really too much of a salesman. I don't really like it that much, but I understand that in order to be successful in life, everything that you do is sales, right? So I got to push it a little bit, right? So shameless plug, go pick up the Military Cashflow Real Estate Investing course, right? It's going to teach you everything you need to know. So that's that. And then the wholesale arm, I did not meet my objectives there. I already went ahead and explained the story, so I'm not going to touch too much on that. The referrals, I did not get licensed, so I didn't really do any referrals. Sorry if you hear my son in the background. They're a little wild there. So the YouTube and podcast, we like doubled we doubled pretty much our projections on what we were going to make with the YouTube and podcast. So you can't rely on a single income, right? You must rely on multiple streams of income, right? And what I'm going over right now, the real estate, the courses, the wholesale, the referrals, the YouTube, these are all streams of income, right? Each asset itself, each duplex or multifamily that you own itself, that is an additional stream of income, right? So you've got to build multiple streams of income, right? And you can do that through whatever you're interested in. You just got to figure out a way to monetize it and systemize it, right? If you can do those two things, then you're good. Systemize, make a system, right? And then try to, as much as possible, remove yourself from that system by hiring other people's or automating things, right? So you build your system, and then you got to make sure you're providing value, because that's what's going to force the monetization piece, right? People are willing to pay for something if they find value out of it, right? So that's what we've been focused on here at Military Cashflow. That's why we give out a lot of free information. We give you a lot of dope ass stuff, so that we're making sure we're providing value to you, and you can actually use this information, right? So that's that. So that was a recap of my 2020, what was supposed to happen, and that was a recap of what actually happened. Let's go into 2021 real quick. Man, this is going to be a long video. Let's go into 2021 real quick. All right, so I got to revise this, but I'm just going to base this off of what I already had written down. Obviously, 2021, I'm going to be the main focus is for 2021, which still is my main focus right now. My main focus for 2021 is success through partnership, right? I'm looking for partners to expand out in each area of my interest, right? And that's wholesaling, that's real estate, that's I got a few other things that I like to do as well that aren't really real estate related, but I'm looking for partners to build with, right? Yeah, like 2020 has been such a great year because I partnered with Mike Glaspie, and I partnered with my buddy Wazim, and we built this Military Cashflow brand, and it's just been taken off. The Facebook group has been phenomenal. Been seeing a lot of interaction through there. I've met so many people, so many great people just through Military Cashflow, and all that came. None of that would have happened had it not been through partnership, right? As you guys know, this channel used to be called the Financial Freedom Journal, and it was all about me. And yeah, I was providing value, but I was only doing it by myself. It took a long time to edit videos. It took a long time to put out all the social media stuff. Man, it took a long time replying back to every single comment, right? But now that I've partnered, it's not just me doing that, right? So it's me, Mike, Wazim, and then we have other awesome people like my buddy Quentin Judson and Jordan Boley, who help out with the Facebook group. So it's all through partnership. So 2021, I'm going hard with partnership. I'm looking for partners with my wholesale operation. I'm looking for partners on syndication deals. If you're looking to do if you're looking to rehab, if you're looking to flip single family homes, whatever you're looking to do, I've done it before, and I'm looking to partner. And if you haven't done it before and you're looking to try to find out, then link up with me. Hit me up in my DMs, write me a message, send me an email, give me a call, man. Whatever you want to do, reach out to me. I'm looking to partner. That's where you're going to find success at. And I realized that after, I've always known it, but I've never really pushed hard with it until we started Military Cashflow, and it's just been taken off. So it's just phenomenal. So 2021, the name of the game is partnership. We're going to be focusing on scaling operations in each of those four main core categories that I talked about. Obviously, the real estate course, we're putting Mike's getting together another course right now. It's going to be a phenomenal course on goal setting and how to get through how to get your first deal in 9 days. We also got coaching services now. Mike's going to be spearheading that piece off. So that's going to be phenomenal, like one-on-one coaching type stuff. So that's going to be great. The book, we're gonna push that out, and that'll be good. We'll have a couple books out. The wholesale arm is really what the big focus. The wholesale arm and the real estate license. Those two things are going to be pushed very, very hard as far as where my energy and effort's going to go to. Getting the wholesale operation off the ground through partnership, right? And then providing real estate services for the local community, right? And then the last thing is the apartments, right? So we're looking to take down some apartment complexes. We got some great people, like, for example, we just put out Brian Briscoe's apartment, military apartment investing journey. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check out that video. He's a lieutenant colonel in the Marines, and he's just crushing it, man. He got like 170 units in 2 years. So definitely go check out his journey. But we're looking to do the same thing here. As you guys know, Mike's been literally taking down hotels and taking down multiple apartment complexes all through partnership. And now that I'm back in the States and I'm getting stabilized with everything, I'm looking to kind of jump into that field as well. So that's where we're at for 2021. As far as the goals, the cash flow goals for real estate, well, we're definitely going to buy another duplex. That's just on the personal side. That's not going to be through the business or anything like that. We'll use the VA loan, all the stuff that I talk about in my course, I'm going to put to use here, and we'll buy a duplex in Savannah, live in one side, rent the other side out, or Airbnb the other side out, and then keep all of our BH essentially, right? So on the real estate side, we should see some increases in monthly cash flow with the courses. We'll continue to push that out and give that out as necessary. So I didn't really make any change to the amount that I expect to make in courses. With wholesaling through partnership, I pretty much yeah. wholesaling is going to be good. And then the referrals, since I'm licensed, I put a certain amount there. And then the YouTube and podcast, we plan to up the amount of videos that we're putting out. So therefore, we plan to make more money with YouTube and the podcast. So also, if you're looking for if you have a military business, or you have a business in general and you're looking to promote that business, we have we have over 10,000 downloads on the podcast alone. The YouTube channel consistently gets like thousands and thousands of views a month, right? So if you're looking for that, we would love to talk about a sponsorship. We'll shout you out on the channel, shout you out on the podcast, take pictures with your merch and stuff like that. And if that interests you, then just hit us up. Hit me up on Instagram or whatever social media. Go to militarycashflow.com. You'll see all our social media. Hit us up through there, and we'll talk to you about that. So that is pretty much it, man. This was a very, very long video. It was like 36 minutes. I didn't intend for it to be that long, but I kind of rambled on. But those are my goals for 2021. That's the 2020 wrap up on what happened, what was supposed to happen, what actually happened, and then 2021 just kind of gave you the quick rundown of what I plan to do right now. And I gotta redo this, like as you see, is made back in March, dude. Like, it's all tattered up and messed up, so I gotta make a new one of these, and I'll make some refinement to it. And then 2021, man, all about partnership, all about taking action. And we're going to get this done. So really, really looking forward to it. Hey, if you found any value out of this, let me know. Send me write a comment down below, or hit me up in the DMs or something like that. Let me know what you got out of this, if you got anything. And then let me know if there's anything I can do to help you out. Also, again, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video if it helped out, and hit that notification bell. Lastly, we have the Facebook group, we have books, we have courses, we have all the stuff that I just talked about. Just go to militarycashflow.com and you can see all that great stuff. All right. Other than that, that's all I got. This is Dan Wynn signing off.